thanks to the resort for helping her produce a marvelous outline for Modelland. I might not have followed it exactly, but it was an amazing framework. I think we can tell you diverged from whatever was the original plan.
I have yet to see a place that's like the Zip Zaps.
Thomas Smith. Your business advice is my saving grace. Look for your name in Modelland too. Intoxibellas Tama, maybe? Hey guys, it's Mackenzie, your Legend Wings, and I'm back with my friend Kaylee. And today we're reading just a singular chapter of this book called Modelland.
And why is that, Kenzie?
Because this is the longest frickin' chapter in all of existence. I mean, it's 30 pages, so maybe it's not the longest in all of existence, but it's the longest one in this book.
In comparison to the other chapters that are usually around less than 10, maybe 12.
10 to 15-ish pages, so usually we could read 2 chapters in that time, and a lot of times our recordings are 2 hours or more.
Yeah.
So we thought it might be a better idea to just read 1 chapter this time, and kind of pile up some shorter chapters later.
Yep, because goodness, this one ought to be fun. All right, without further ado, Chapter 37, Man Attack and Heartache.
Oh, no.
Late that night, Tookie and the other Unikas huddled in a circle just outside the D. So, you're sure that's where the emergency zip-zap is? Dylan looked uncertain. There's something about Dylan's voice that bothered Tookie. For the 10th time, Dylan, yes. Bravo took me there to see it. I don't know how many times I have to repeat myself. I saw the zip-zap with my own eyes, and it's not far from the Orb Arena, where Man Attack is happening tomorrow. Wait, what? Did he actually take her there?
Yeah, but we didn't get to see it, because we got to spend time with Creamy instead. We didn't get to see
so after all that...
Yeah, he apparently didn't...
We didn't even get to see her first kiss?
I don't think they kissed. I think he just took her there.
Wait, I thought the last chapter ended with, C Tilda L running in on them and screaming at the top of her lungs at Bravo.
It was only a week ago, but there's way too much information.
Yeah, that's the last thing that happens is C Tilda L, rushes in on them.
Oh, so maybe we don't see
So after all that... After all that and the weird awkwardness of everything else, we don't even see her first kiss.
She couldn't handle it without it getting too dirty. You know what? 100% they weren't talking about kissing, and she had to leave it off screen to still make it for young adults.
No, this girl's 15.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It seems.
And who knows how old Bravo is?
Yeah, probably 20 or something.
I was thinking at least 18.
He's 18 plus.
Not cool, guys.
Gotta be.
Not legal. Not cool. And you're competing? Piper asked. Correct, Piper, Tookie replied. Then you leave with Pretty Boy after Man Attack without Unikas? Shiraz sighed. No, I can't do that, Tookie said sharply, feeling a rush of nausea as soon as she spoke. As much as she tried to tamp the feelings down, it was undeniable. She was in love. A love so deep she never thought it could happen to her. But in order to survive, she would have to leave Bravo and Modelland forever. Wait, so this is still the...
the next day.
No, this is still the same night. Yeah, because it's late that night. So this is after C Tilda Ella runs in and attacks Tookie and Bravo.
Yeah, so why did Bravo tell her where to go?
He didn't take her there to see it. She said, he just showed or tells her where it is.
100% it's the part they made her cut because it was too inappropriate.
Probably. Because he doesn't take her anywhere. Don't they just stay in the one place they're in?
Yep. They didn't go anywhere when C Tilda L attacked. I don't know how they got out of that necessarily.
I don't know.
A bad dream. The end.
I don't know. I think the editors at one point just kind of gave up and just kind of glanced over it.
Please, Tyra, just leave us.
Or maybe they read through it once, got most of the stuff, decided they couldn't bear to read through it again.
I don't blame them.
I wouldn't blame them.
I don't blame them.
She sighed and looked at the Unikas. She didn't want to be in this life, love, or death situation, and yet she was. We're going to take that zip-zap, Tookie told the Unikas, but we need to create a distraction tomorrow so we can get to it without getting caught. You guys have seen the Orb Arena, right? Yes, In first day tour, Shiraz said. In that crazy egg building with open steel and exposed wire. Right, Tookie said. Maybe Piper can scout it out while Manitak is going on. The exposed wires will make it easier for you to follow the trail to the main lighting switchboard. You need to find the on-off switch and create a blackout. Piper squinted. A blackout? This response rankled Tookie too.
She's so white she doesn't know what a blackout is. Sorry.
I'm more hung up on this word rankled. I've never, ever heard someone say rankled. This response rankled Tookie too.
Is this a made-up Tyra word?
No, I think it's real. It's like annoyed or like ruffled her feathers.
Well, we could kind of assume based on the sound and context, but like...
It is in fact a word.
No. Use the thesaurus.
Verb, rankle. Gnaw into, make resentful or angry.
So she put angered in the thesaurus and it come up with rankled.
I don't think it's bad. Like, you can still tell exactly what it is. I've just never heard it. Yeah. So, interesting. This response rankled Tookie too. Duh, she snapped. Piper sounded like a parrot. I thought you were the intelligent one. Oh, Tookie!
Lord. It's gonna be, I'm sorry guys, I'm so mean, but I'm in love with the boy and I have to leave. And you're 15, shut up.
I think they all just did like a complete personality swap, because this doesn't sound like the Tookie that we've seen, although she's been building towards this.
Yeah, but now she's being a bitch. That's like not Tookie.
Piper recoiled. She exchanged a look with Shiraz and Dylan. Then she fiddled with the puzzle game in her hands and said, what if I don't find the switchboard? I feel like Piper would have been a little bit more like matter of fact not back down.
Yeah, I think she's had to stand for herself enough times against her own mother, supposedly, that I would have thought she would have she would have been the one, if not Dylan, to go toe to toe with Tookie.
You will, Dylan assured her. You is being princess of Sans color, Shiraz whooped. Piper narrowed her eyes at her. She seemed annoyed, too. There's no such thing. This is Modelland, Piper, Dylan said. Anything's possible here. Even a forget-a-girl being adored by the most wondrous, lovely, remember boy in the world, Tookie thought. Tookie, Piper said. Did you hear what I said? Tookie turned to Piper and blinked. Huh? Piper's top lip curled over her teeth. Duh, she mimicked. I was saying that Dylan needs to be ready for a fainting spell in case we need a diversion. Isn't that right? Yeah. Tookie straightened up. And that's when you'll find the switch, Piper. And Shiraz, you'll be our natural night vision so we can find our way out. Then Shiraz peered at Tookie. I no like this plan all goosey-loosey. Look, I'm doing my best here. Tookie gritted her teeth. You all elected me leader, so I'm leading. If you wanted someone else to lead, you shouldn't have picked me.
Oh my god, she's doing like a creep.
She is. She's, without a doubt, her mother's daughter.
Yep, it's been confirmed. They're both terrible, mean leaders.
Yep. She's learned from her mother. Oh boy. Oh, interesting. Looks like someone's abusing their power, Belladonna. Oops, Tookie, Dylan muttered, rolling her eyes at Tookie so hard that only the white showed. I'll pretend I didn't hear that, Zarpessa. Chase. Oops, Dylan.
I'm different now. Circus freak is a compliment.
Guess that explains why you need 10 boyfriends, too.
I'm sorry, what?
Tookie retorted.
What?
What is going on? Why are you fighting?
This makes no sense.
Also, she's not acting like... Tookie, you're acting like a jerk.
She's a complete jerk.
This, just flipped a complete switch on what Tookie acts like so far.
Her character has always been whatever the situation needs. Because at first she was the shy, quiet girl. They're like, oh, we skipped a few months and she's confident.
But she's not. And then now she's being bossy. Interesting. We started to ramp up towards this, but I don't think we got to that step yet. But
I think Tyra got 75% of the way through the book and realized Tookie didn't have any character flaws and desperately needed them.
I know, Unica's fighting. Shiraz took Dylan's and Tookie's hands and made them touch. Shiraz, we don't have time for this, Tookie said, yanking her hand away from Dylan's. Do you want to die or do you want to live? Live, I want. Then you have to be sharp. Shiraz wrapped an arm around Tookie's shoulder. You're tense, no? Because of Bravo?
Oh my god.
Tookie snuck a peek at Shiraz, surprised that she had guessed her secret so easily. Instead of saying anything, Tookie let out a stifled sob. What?
I had to leave the boy.
I mean, yeah, that really, really, really sucks, Tookie. I'm so sorry, but no, why don't you just, bring him with you?
Bring him with you.
Bring
also,
him with you.
You're 15, and I know this is your first love, but it's probably not forever when you're 15. So
There's a Taylor Swift song about this.
yeah, there's a Taylor Swift song about this. Just walk away, Tookie. It's alright.
I mean, granted, that absolutely sucks that she finally finds someone when she didn't think she'd ever find anyone that loves her, and then she finds him, and now she's got to leave, but bring him with you, or...
I'm very much of the belief if it's meant to be, it'll work itself out, and if you think that your life is in danger, you just need to get the heck out of there and not worry about, no boy loves me. I might die, but then nobody will love me.
Again, easy solution, just bring him with you. Oh, look it.
Yeah.
They suggest this here. Dylan's face softened. She wrapped an arm around Tookie too. Maybe he can come with us. This just made another rush of emotion swell in Tookie's heart. She hated that she was leaving Bravo behind. She hated that she'd finally found something amazing, Bravo and Modelland, and had to give it up. But Tookie slowly shook her head and held back the tears she knew would render her a weak leader. No, this is it, girls. Bravo's in heaven here, surrounded by Modelland architecture,
That's what
she
I was
said.
just gonna say! She could never force him to leave the building he loves.
He's living his dream. What we need to be focusing on for ourselves is not living a dream, but just living. Pure survival. We have to get out of this place before we are killed. It's as simple as that. Also, I was under the impression that Bravo was only using Modelland as a way to embrace the fact that everyone's always told him, you're so beautiful, honey, you should be a model. Yeah. And he's like, okay, if this will get me into Modelland to look at all the cool architecture, sure, okay. Because what he really wants to do is be an architect. He doesn't want to be a model. So, theoretically, you could just leave Modelland, except that you're not allowed to leave Modelland, but theoretically, you could just go and be an architect.
Yeah.
So, if you manage to sneak everyone out of Modelland and actually get away, I don't think he'd be all that upset. But again, this might be something you could ask and be like, hey, would you want to escape this craziness?
Yeah.
We can be together, and you can go and be an architect. It's not a problem.
Yep.
I don't know.
As long as we get out alive.
Then we have our end break. Because this time it actually shows the passing of time.
Yeah, but, okay.
The next morning, Tookie stood at the bathroom mirror, holding her toothbrush in her hand. Something seemed different that morning. No longer did the sight of her toothbrush make her feel a pang of rejection. In fact, when she looked in the mirror, she thought she saw a miracle. A real miracle. One that had nothing to do with the miracle from back home. Okay, we are not confusing this.
Yeah.
No one is confusing this.
We understood what that meant. You didn't need to clarify.
Even when we're reading this out loud, I'm pretty sure people understand we are talking about, a miracle, not her sister. And it's even more clear in the book, because they're spelled different.
Yep.
We don't need the extra clarification, it's just annoying.
Also, I hate this fascination with the toothbrush. Could we have picked any other item? Just, kind of wigged out a little.
Her body no longer resembled a Peppertown twig. There were slight curves at the base of her hips, the same hips that had tickled when Bravo had smoothed down her eyebrows with his dampened thumb. Am I hallucinating? She wondered. Creamy said that the only thing that would develop on me would be a larger forehead, as my hairline receded from age. Is this mirror warped? Tookie ran her small hands up and down the mirror. The surface was as smooth as the first day she had arrived at Modelland. Yes, I'm definitely hallucinating. Crazier still, Tookie could swear that she was, she hated to even think the word about herself. The word Dr. Erica had used to describe her. Fritz. Guru Ganera's voice blared through the air. All you pure and prude Bellas, it's time to lose it. Your man-attack virginity, I mean. Report to the Orb Arena at once. And don't forget to bring protection. Elbow knee pads, that is. He snickered loosely.
Why do we have to keep using this word? And 13-year-old girls will think this is so inappropriate and funny.
It's just awkward. It's just
so gross.
It's so weird. Especially that they're all like 15, if not younger, possibly.
This would be one thing if this was a household of 18 to 25-year-olds, but it's not.
They're just children. Oh my god.
They're nasty. I don't care.
You don't need to joke about that.
No, I don't care what character says it. We don't need to talk about this.
Every girl in the D seemed surprised except Dylan, Shiraz, Piper, and Tookie. Try to kick some testosterone prissy boy ass, Dylan whispered behind Tookie. Yes, Tookie, Piper added with a smirk. We'd appreciate departing this fantastic land with a victory under the Unica's Centura belts. I'll try, Tookie whispered. Suddenly, she felt a presence behind her. When she turned, she saw C-Tilde-L standing in the middle of the bathroom, glaring at her. All the red, blue, and purple water spouting out of the holes in the mirrors came to an abrupt stop, as if even the liquid were terrified of C-Tilde-L's presence. Tookie said, taking 2 steps backward and hitting the sink behind her. C-Tilde-L stalked up to Tookie and grabbed her wrist. I'm here to collect you. You're one of the contestants for Man Attack today. C-Tilde-L yanked Tookie out of the bathroom and walked her down Beautification Boulevard. Banners for the 7-7 tournament, which would take place the next day, fluttered in the wind. With each step, Tookie considered the could-have-beens and if-onlys that would have meant a different experience at this magical place. I could have been free of all this dread and doom if only I'd been born looking like Miracle. Not really, because if you're, like, predestined, essentially, or, like, pre-chosen for this, it doesn't matter what you look like. It's kind of like the sound of it. So that wouldn't really make a difference. So also, they're all saying that before this Man Attack thing even happens, Tookie said, like, she's going to compete, but I don't remember...
Yeah, that ever being...
Bravo ever saying that she was the one that was going to compete. I know he tells them that Man Attack will be the next day, but I don't remember saying anything about who's competing.
Right.
See, Tilda just said she's been, like, chosen or whatever.
Yeah, I don't understand why they're so, like, Tookie, go do your best. I'm like, you should, if you're trying to escape same day, your mind should not be on, I'm going to win this thing. It should be on, how can I get out of this thing and escape?
Yeah. Don't worry, C-Tilde-L said in a cackling voice. The torture won't last that long. It'll all be over in a flash. Tookie's mouth fell open. Was the sacrifice going to happen now? C-Tilde-L turned to Tookie as they walked. After Man Attack is over, you and your little friends better come straight to me. Tookie froze. There was no way in hell she was meeting C-Tilde-L. It's gotta be like that, right?
It's gotta be.
I don't know.
Rhythmically, it works best when it's C-Tilde-L, not C-L. Oh, C-L. Oh, C-Tilde-L. I like the rhythm a little bit more of the C-Tilde-L. C-Tilde-L leaned closer. And if you don't find me, I'll find you. Luckily, they'd reached the Orb Arena. A mannequin stepped out from a doorway. In here, she said, pushing Tookie up a staircase and into a smaller room through a door marked Bella Prep Zone. The Orb Arena loomed around her, a lattice of metal. Powerful spotlights ran along the outer frame, bouncing beams of artificial light off the structure and illuminating a long wooden plank that traversed the orb. Hundreds of seats were attached to the metal struts on the frame. The seats were empty now. Tookie wondered when the Unicas would arrive. As soon as they did, Piper would scout out the place for the switchboard. She'd report back to Shiraz, who would tell Dylan, and then Dylan would faint. When Piper turned the lights out, Tookie would know to meet them at the southwest corner of the Orb Arena, and Shiraz's night vision would guide them to the 7-7 stadium where the zip-zap was. Strip, the mannequin said. Tookie stared at her. Excuse me? Didn't you know? The mannequin's thin lips curved into a smirk. The Man Attack is performed in one's underwear. She pointed at the table. There's a stiff bronze panties set marked Tookie that was made with complicated strips of fabric.
How do I put this on? Tookie asked helplessly. Figure it out, the mannequin said in a cold voice.
Lingerie.
Yep. The other contestants will be here shortly. Who else is competing? Tookie asked, but the mannequin had already marched away. Seconds later, 2 figures stepped through the door. Tookie's heart dropped. You want to take a guess?
2 figures, one's Bravo?
Nope,
No.
because her heart drops. It's Chase and Zizi.
Ugh.
Zizi looked fresh and polished, nothing like the ragged, wild girl who'd been caught in her very own personal Looney Lumiere nightmare many nights before. This was the first time Tookie had seen her since the episode. She wondered if Zizi had spent the whole time in the feds. I'm confused on how these people get, picked to compete in this.
I feel like maybe it's the different Intoxibellas that choose them, or the seventh, or somebody up there. Like the Belladonna chose Tookie, obviously, because she chose to be there anyway. Maybe CTL chose Chase or Zizi just pissed Tookie off.
I don't even know. Because it's not like they're going based off of, who's doing the best, because Tookie was not.
No.
And Zizi should have been, out of commission with her mental breakdown.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on.
It's just whatever Tyra thought would work out the best drama.
Yep. Zizi glanced over at Tookie, but her face didn't register irritation or malice. Neither a nasty look nor a wicked comment came.
Oh. He's
wow.
Nice now.
She's been reformed, Tookie thought. Are you okay? Tookie asked, walking over to her. She would never have had the courage to do that in Utopia, nor would she have wanted to. But a lot had changed since she'd been at Modelland. About the other night, I mean. We all do strange things at night sometimes. I sleepwalk, in fact. So I can understand what you're going through. No!
Huh? No! No! No!
No, that's not the same!
That is not the same thing, honey. Also, you're not sleepwalking, I almost guarantee it.
In a flash, Zizi's face turned from meek to malicious. She moved so close to Tookie that their noses almost touched. You understand. You understand nothing. You have no idea what it's like to be me. You can't, because you and your useless friends have never been on top. And stop being all sweet, pretending like you aren't thrilled about what happened to me that night. When Dr. Erica took me away, did you tell anyone about my family?
No, but I should have.
Yeah.
The doctor.
Yeah. Tookie blinked hard. I didn't say a word, I swear. Yeah, right. Zizi's eyes narrowed. If you ever try to say you understand me again, I will cut your tongue out. Because your freakazoid, unfortunate-looking, water-headed baby self can't, and you never will. And then Zizi spun away, shoulders squared, her hands repeatedly opening and closing into fists. Chase followed, shooting Tookie a nasty look. You weren't so crazy about Zizi the other night, Tookie wished she could remind Chase, remembering how the girl had taken a big step away from Zizi in the throes of her breakdown. Zizi and Chase stepped through the door to the Orb Arena and out onto the wooden plank, testing how it felt. Chase started bouncing up and down on the plank, higher than possible in regular gravity. A giant scoreboard loomed in the sphere. Tookie spotted her name immediately. She would compete last. And then, to her horror, she spotted her competitor.
Wow, wonder who it is this time. It's Bravo.
Yep. Man Attack, Modelland versus Testosterone. Chased versus Alexander. Zarpessa versus Webb. Tookie versus Bravo.
I like I told it's the 3 Bravo guys. The 3 testosterone guys we know are the ones that are listed in this competition.
Yep.
Thanks.
No, Tookie whispered. Anyone but Bravo. Within minutes, the seats filled and excited Bellas and enthusiastic Testosteros, as well as a sprinkling of gurus.
I bet testosteros are excited to place girls in their underwear.
Probably. Tookie spotted Guru Pacifico, his eyebrows looking as if they were having a conversation with the ebony-skinned Testostero on his right, while his mouth seemed to converse with the hazel-eyed Bella behind him. Guru Applause's handhead waved in the air like a beauty queen on a parade float. The girls disappeared back into the prep zone and put on their undergarments. Chase and Zizi fit into theirs nicely, but Tookie just looked ashy and stiff-like. Shoot, I'm going to have to escape in this lingerie, Tookie thought. She hated the idea of leaving through the zip-zap in just her skivvies. After they'd changed, Zizi, Chase, and Tookie stepped out of the prep zone and were assaulted by the roar of rowdy crowd noise. Bellas had taken off their censures and were using them as flags, and everyone, of course, was staring at the 6 scantily clad girls and boys, for the Bastastros had donned couture briefs made of strips of material like those of the girls' costume. The briefs exposed slits of their buttocks and left bare all of their rippling muscles.
Okay, to be fair though, I was 100% expecting them to walk out in Speedos or banana hammocks. This is alright.
Tookie peeked at Bravo. He looked so amazing and gorgeous, she felt the urge to throw up. Oh no!
I've never once looked at my fiance and been like, he's so beautiful, I'm gonna puke.
Look at him, he's so beautiful.
Look at the way the rose petals
flutter by.
Oh, he's so beautiful. Oh, look at the way the rose petals just flutter when I see him. Ah, he's so pretty.
Welcome, pretty ladies and even prettier gentlemen. Bienvenue to Manitac. Gennaro Nars' voice boomed from the sky. The crowd yelled and stomped their feet. Gennaro lowered into the Orb Arena, standing on top of a hovering podium shaped like the male and female gender symbols. It's been a while since the two sexes got to have a mix-up like tonight. I'm sure everyone's hormones are raging more than mine. Wait, I'm confused. I don't know if it's Gennaro Nars. Wait. Oh no, I just read wrong. It's Gennaro. So it's Gennaro.
Yeah.
It's Guru Gennaro. I forgot that his name is.
I hate that they keep
Gennaro
doing that.
Nars.
It should just always be Guru, whatever their name is, or their first and last name, not switching back and forth.
So I got his voice wrong. Dang.
That's alright.
Just then, Tookie spotted a flash of white hair between the steel beams. Piper. She was looking for the switch. She glanced at Bravo again, standing across the plank with Alexander and Webb, her eyes filled with tears. Nars continued.
How close
Why
are
are
they
you referring to him as Nars before he's always Guru Gennaro or just Gennaro? I don't like this. I don't know who the
how
hell.
far is Piper that... Is it Tookie that's crying? Or is it Piper that...
No, it's Tookie that's crying.
Okay, because I thought for sure Tookie spotted Piper somewhere and she could see Piper was crying. I'm like,
no.
She's not very well hidden.
No, like, Tookie sees Piper. It's like, oh, Piper! She must be looking for the switch. Then, like, Tookie looks at Bravo and starts crying. Or fills with tears.
Yeah.
It fills with
He's
tears.
so beautiful. I can't leave him. He's too beautiful.
And just take him with you. Nars continued. As it had been played for eons, there are 4 phases to Manitac. First, the touch. Oh yes, contact, people, between man and woman. Second, wardrobe. But if you want, you can stay half nude. Fun for the crowd. Oh yes, indeed. But point deductions for the players. Third, maquillage. Makeup, that is. Foundation for the girls. Mandation for the boys. Could someone get me some? My color's Ivory Sands number 3. Oh, and watch out for those pesky explosives, lads and lasses. And fourth and finally, the snaps. The photo finish. Yes, we take pictures here 'cause they last longer. Bravo! I want to have your babies! You can start trying right there on that plank right now! A fella behind applauses shouted from the crowd.
What girls are like this? I've never met anyone.
We have normal friends that aren't crazy like this.
But like, even the people I know that aren't.
I mean, it's just people like being stupid, like because they think no one's gonna know who said it.
Yeah, but I don't think this person's being stupid. I think this person being in this now is 100% serious about what they're saying right now.
Oh no. I would hope not, but a crowd of Bastastros whistled lasciviously. Tookie noticed Bravo trying to catch her eye down the plank, but she pointedly looked away. She thought she could avoid him today, escape without having to have a conversation. It'd be easier that way, after all. Cleaner, fewer tears, less desire to stay. But now she had to battle him. I'm picturing her and like Bravo going at each other with the
With a katana kind of thing?
not a katana, but like, you know, like when they have like people that like on, like, Biggest Boy Powder, like, where they stand on foam pits and they have, like, the, like, boxer things on, like, the, like, rods, and they just, like, whack at each other. That's what I'm picturing them doing on this, like, plank.
God, yes, please. I wish.
But now she had to battle him. Maybe Piper will find the switch before I have to go through with it, she thought. Maybe we'll get out of here before I have to face him. One more thing, Gennaro said. Just stick with one name. One more thing, Gennaro said, still balancing primly on the masculine and feminine symbol plank. Please, boys and girls, no strikes to the face or to the boys in neither nether regions. Pain of that kind is not beauty. Now, on with the show. Up first, Chase from Modelland and Alexander from Testosterone. The rest of the competitors, return to your prep zones.
Why can't this happen all simultaneously? Because that's why this chapter is so damn long, probably.
The crowd roared again, and Tookie and ZZ walked back into the girls' zone. A buzzer sounded, and Chase walked a few paces more out onto the plank on the Bella side. Alexander moved onto the plank from the Testosterone side. Chase stood seductively and stared at her opponent, giving him a full dose of her sexual power. Her Centura motioned seductively, looking like a beckoning finger. Look at you, girl, knowing the ropes, Gennaro said. Methinks somebody took part in the new civilian Modelland Manitech summer program in Vignette? I don't know, apparently it's a place. Chase posed sexily, hands in her hair, one toe pointed. She was truly a sight to behold. Tookie saw Alexander's knees buckle just slightly. Be warned, Alexander. Chase is Be warned, Alexander. Chase is randy, hard up candy. Gennaro announced it in falsetto. Listen up. First thing, fitness battle. Yoga versus karate.
What?
What kind of a battle is that?
He's just gonna be so distracted by the fact that she's doing, like, the splits in underwear that he won't be able to do his karate forms. I hope no. It's weird.
Yoga versus karate. You both have opened new businesses next door to each other. Who refuses to go bankrupt? Get ready for the touch. Suddenly, there was a knock on the Bella prep zone door. ZZ turned and answered it. Oh, she chirped, a welcoming grin on her face. Well, hello there. I don't think you're supposed to be in here, but...
Oh.
Tookie's heart flipped. It was Bravo.
Wow.
Bravo pushed past ZZ, barely noticing her. Tookie, isn't this incredible? He grabbed her hands. They put us together. I'm excited and nervous. Bravo turned to her. ZZ, right? Would you mind going out in the hall so I can speak to it with Tookie in private?
Why can't you just pull Tookie out in the hall?
I don't know. ZZ looked like she was about to laugh. Really? Why? Bravo stared at her until a look of disbelief crossed her face. You can't be serious. She jutted a thumb at Tookie. Her? Yeah, her, Bravo said, clenching his jaw. And she has a name that I know you know. ZZ pushed through the door and slammed it hard. Bravo's hand caressed Tookie's shoulder, and he began to sink his fingers into her back muscles. Tookie let out a breath. His touch had made that tickling in her hips return. What's the matter, pretty girl? Pre-competition jitters? Now his hands massaged Tookie's scalp, his hands tangling her curly, wavy, straight, frizzy hair. Understandable. Gennaro loves to just throw new Bellas out there and watch them struggle. Let me tell you how this game really works so you won't be too surprised. That center plank, he pointed at it, that is your friend. Stay on it. You fall off while we're playing, you lose 10 points. See? He gestured out the window. A piercing buzzer sounded, and Chase and Alexander ran at top speed toward each other. When Chase was 5 feet in front of the boy, she grabbed Alexander and gave him a big, wet, sloppy kiss on the lips, and then pushed him off the plank. When she was 5 feet in front of Chase, or when Chase was 5 feet in front of him, she managed to do this? What?
She's got some really long arms or something.
Is she like Elastigirl? I don't know. Alexander tumbled toward the ground, but seemed to land on an invisible trampoline, suddenly bouncing back into the air. Anti-gravity, Bravo explained. Much better than circus nets. He pointed at Chase. Wow, she may be loose, but her game's tight. We're just supposed to run at each other at full speed and just touch hands or something, minimum. By the way, that's not how I'm going to kiss you. Tookie's stomach churned like a blender on high. Bravo, she said in a tiny voice. I really need to tell you something. But Bravo didn't appear to hear her, explaining more of the challenge. Next, clothes come shooting out of those 3 holes in the struts. He pointed to the places on the struts above the plank, to the left and right and the center. We have to assemble a high-fashion and on-theme, don't forget, outfit from what's thrown at us. You have to really think fast. Chase and Alex will be trying to pick an outfit that matches their yoga martial arts theme. As Alexander struggled to get back up on the plank, the 3 holes on the struts began firing clothes at Chase. A black diamond-studded belt with black tassels streamed out of the hole to the right, and ruched leotards came out of the one to the left. A raw silk karate parachute pants. Raw silk karate parachute pants?
How many karate uniforms have parachute pants?
I haven't seen any that are parachute pants.
I think that's the only way she can describe baggy pants. Is also, like, that was the most couture way she could describe saying baggy
Why did
pants.
you say parachute pants then? Why not just say that? I don't know. Raw silk karate parachute pants came from the hole up above, the matching jacket from the left. Stretch pants and even yoga mats flew out of all the holes. It quickly became clear that Chase had picked the part of karate instructor, since she was putting on the white jacket and pants, and was holding on to the black diamond-studded belt. As Alexander struggled to his feet, Chase hurled a mass of yoga clothing into his face. He had no choice but to assemble the feminine pieces into an outfit. Chase scores a point in my book, Gennaro commented, picking kick-ass over stretch-ass. Bravo, Tookie pleaded. I need to... Hold up. Bravo tenderly squeezed her hand. Now it's time for the makeup phase. You don't need much, just a little cream-flavored gloss maybe, so I can taste it when we kiss.
Yep.
Then he pointed. You have to be careful of those makeup bombs, though. They're actually called maki balls. Look. He's trying to be really helpful and be like, okay, here's how to not lose. Here's what's going on. Yeah. So also, he must be at least like a year or so older because he's been there and has seen this.
At least.
Which is also kind of mean that they're making the new Bellas compete against people
Without
that like know what's going on.
Yeah. Except for the 3 of the girls are all from this first year.
Yeah. Sure enough, red and blue balls appeared out of thin air. The red ones whizzed around Chase's face. She did 2 fast backward cartwheels to catch 2. She rubbed a red one, and shimmering pink powder appeared on her fingertips. Chase spread it over her cheeks. She threw a blue one at Alexander. Oil and flesh-colored ooze and black soot exploded onto his chest. Way to give a guy...
Oh, no.
Way to give a guy blue balls, honey, Gennaro crowed.
I'm just so disappointed. Beyond disappointed with this entire book.
Those red maki balls have makeup inside them for Bellas. Blush, eye stuff, lipstick. The blue ones are for us and are filled with stuff called mandation. Our maki balls also have body oil and charcoal for smoky eyes, Bravo explained. Just rub your fingers on the various parts and dab it on. Applying makeup is mandatory. You get points taken off if you don't. The more skillful the job, the better. Chase smeared black eyeshadow over just one eye and a jagged line of bright red lipstick on one side of her mouth. The red ball beat faster and faster the longer Chase held it. Once you touch them, they're activated, and after a short while, kaboom, they explode, Bravo said.
Okay.
So throw them away as fast as you can. Your opponent gets 10 points if one explodes on you. Bravo gently turned her around to face him. He slowly put his hand to his mouth, licked his thumb, and gently rubbed Tookie's eyebrow with it. Tookie's body tickled all the way from her hips to her ankles. He then wrapped his strong arms around her and pulled her in tight. The side of her face was pressed against his bare chest, and she could feel his heart pumping in sync with hers. Tookie's eyes fluttered closed. She loved having him caress her. She knew she would never have a stunning young man like this cradle her with such tenderness ever again. She wanted to hold onto this, onto him, until the very last drop was left. 3 drops left. 2. She couldn't do this. She couldn't lead Bravo on. Tookie looked around the arena. She didn't see Piper's pale hair anywhere. Had she found the switch yet? What was taking her so long? She pulled away and stared into Bravo's eyes. Bravo, about what happens after man attack. Bravo's mouth was close to Tookie's ear. The next part is the most important part. See that gyro up there along the strut? After we're dressed and made up, it starts jerking all around us and starts a countdown from Z to A. When it reaches A, it snaps a photo of us. If Chase manages to be the focal point of the photo, she gets more points. If Alexander overshadows her, he gets more. The important thing to remember is that Modelland is competing against testosterone, but we're also competing against our own team members to be number one. Kind of like gymnastics in the World Games. 2 camera flashes turned the Orb Arena bright white. 3-dimensional images of Chase and Alexander flashed above the plank in the middle of the Orb Arena. A sports siren sounded, indicating the end of the round and also the beginning of Tookie's momentary deafness. Bold-faced Chase, black eye and bloody lip maculated to boot. I guess the girl knows her way around cosmetics, Gennaro trilled over the loudspeaker. I hate this. A charge of electricity sparkled through the scoreboard, which promptly displayed the score. Modelland Chase, 85 points. Testosterone Alexander, 30 points. Your turn.
Yay! Yes! Chase screamed. She took a huge bounding leap off the plank and made a soft landing in a group of Bestastros sitting in a line of seats along the struts. Gennaro then called Zizi's name. Okay, Miss Zarpesta, let's see what you're made of. Your theme? Lady Spider and her insect of prey. Can our sexy arachnid catch her fly? Or will you get caught in his web of leather and lace? Bravo turned back to Tookie. I know it's a lot to absorb, but it's actually a fun game, he said. Do I need to take you through it again? Tookie stared at him. Suddenly, she felt full of rage. No! I don't want you to take me through it again. I've been trying to tell you something for the last 15 minutes, and you haven't heard me at all.
Fair.
But rage?
I don't know about rage. Just feel like, Bravo, listen to me.
Like frustration, yes. Rage seems like she's gonna murder him. Bravo blinked at her. What is it? He was staring at her so patiently, without a clue of what was coming next. It felt like there was a huge rock on Tookie's chest, preventing her from taking a full breath. I'm escaping from Modelland. Today. His eyes bulged. What? I've been trying to tell you. My friends and I, we have to. We're going through the hidden zip-zap soon. Maybe in just minutes. This is goodbye. Bravo's eyes darted back and forth, trying to make sense of Tookie's news. You're leaving through our zip-zap? The one you asked me to show you? The one I wanted to take you through tonight? That's right. Without me? Yes. She turned away, not wanting to look at him. Why? In the arena, Gennaro crowed at the wardrobe battle. Nice use of fishnets, Webb. Way to trap that itsy-bitsy spider. Tookie lowered her eyes. She couldn't tell him the truth. Because I have to, okay? I can't stay here. It's something I can't explain. No, you could very well explain it and it would help everyone.
You know what would have been just so much better? Instead of just this weird, awkward scene about, like, lip virginity and whatnot, have them go, it would have been so much better, or so much more interesting to have Tookie use Bravo to show her the zip-zap. And, like, granted, then, like, it would give Tookie a little bit more of a character flaw, or be like, you know, that's kind of really not nice.
And not just that she gets agitated and bitchy.
Yep. Because, like, it would have been so much more interesting to be like, I just want to kiss you, but really, I'm going to use you to show me how to escape, and then turn around and not tell you I'm leaving. Yeah. It's like, that would have been a much meaner way, but, like, more of, like, character, a higher, like, tension, and, like, just a better, like, story.
It would make a better story.
And it just would have made way more sense than being like, oh, well, we're going through the zip-zap that I don't know quite where it is. I mean, he sort of told me where, but he didn't show me. Because he didn't have time. And I don't know how to get through and not die. What made way more sense, go with him, figure out whatever the hell the secret is.
Yep.
and then have been like, I'm so sorry, and I feel so regretful of what I did to you, like, using you to, like, just find a way to escape and then leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been so much better.
This book not existing would make life so much better.
Fair.
But then we wouldn't get to speak to our lovely YouTubers.
All the frustration and laughs we would miss
man.
and cringeworthy moments.
I hate that all the conflict, at least the trend seems to be, they just don't communicate. You can't talk about it. You could. You really could tell him. You feel bad for leaving him, tell him why you're leaving. Maybe he could either clear something up for you or help you out. Communicate, people.
Yeah.
Communication. It's good. Do it.
Just do it!
Slowly, Bravo's eyes grew cold. You weren't going to tell me about this, were you? If we weren't paired up today, if I hadn't come to see you just now, you were just going to go through our zip-zap. You used me.
See, this would have been so much nicer if she had actually used him.
But no.
Because at this point, she didn't really. So it would have been so much nicer if she'd actually used him.
It's so weird they keep calling it our zip-zap, too.
What you want to bet? That they had that Tyra had the part written in and then took it out. That's you said that earlier. I bet that's probably what happened.
100%
Because it doesn't make sense at this point to not have them go through it.
Yeah, and Tyra's not a person to skip over unnecessary information. 100% was a written section. And just crossed it out.
Section. I'm sorry. I don't even want, like, these cringy jokes.
Okay. Bravo's pissed. Surprised Tookie. Tookie's heart felt like it was being squeezed in a vice. The crushed tone of Bravo's voice made her want to wilt to the floor. But she tried to stay strong. I didn't use you. Yes, you did. You kind of did.
Like, not much. Not in the way that, would have actually made sense in a better story, but...
But you still...
I mean, like, that's the reason she wanted to go there, or, like, to, like, figure out where the zip-zap is, made him tell her where it is, but...
Yeah, you did. After I poured my heart out to you. After I told you a story I never told anybody before. I'm sorry, Tookie said, trying to shove all her tumultuous feelings aside. Then Bravo crossed his arms over his chest. Well, Tookie, I'll tell you a little secret, too. You and me kissing? It was nothing but a bet with my boys. Her head whipped up. What? Totally not, but just wanted to piss her off.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking so.
That's right. There was no joy in Bravo's smile. I made a bet with Webb and Alex that I could get a funny-looking girl to fall in love with me. The pretty ones. They're easy. But the weird-looking ones,
stupid bet
they're the ultimate challenge.
What a stupid bet for the friends if that was really the case.
I just gotta say...
Have a gorgeous guy walk up to, like, any girl. Like, yeah, they might be kind of suspicious like Tookie, but, like, most of them are going to be really flattered. Especially if they're, like, poor young, like, 15-year-old girls that don't have a lot of confidence in themselves.
Let's assume, because I'm assuming this is what's going on, Bravo's just pissed, so he's making stuff up to make Tookie mad, so she feels as bad as he does.
Probably.
If that's his true character to go in front, that's not good either. You shouldn't be with somebody who's going to try to manipulate and gaslight you like that. That's not okay. It's not. So it's, that aside the fact that he was a stalker before, and now he's gaslighting her.
And all of a sudden he's really possessive of her.
Yeah.
She was like, our zip-zap, you used me, I told you my, like, sob story.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily
This is not a good relationship. This is not off to a good start.
No, it's not. We'll see. We'll see if he's actually just saying things because he's hurt or if that's his true character. I mean, I guess that is his true character if that's coming out, his ugly side.
I wouldn't be surprised if Webb and Alex had told him at some point, like jokingly said, we're going to make a bet on this. But I would have never believed, because the way Bravo's been written before, he's too sweet of a guy. He's just he's cursed with sexiness, but he's so sweet on the inside. So he's just trying to piss her off, hurt her feelings, whatever works. And that's not okay either.
Nope.
It's not okay to use people, but it's also not okay to do this to people either.
But again, it would have been much more even in the storyline if Tookie actually would have used him, and then we have more character flaws for Tookie. But no, because then she could have actually felt regret, and then we're like, well, this sucks. Oh dear.
Tookie took a huge step back. That felt like he'd reached into her body and pulled out both her lungs. You can't be serious, she wanted to say. But maybe he could. Look at her. She was a circus freak. Nothing like the gorgeous creatures who populated the school. All her fears, all her instincts had proven to be true. She was nothing but a joke. So I guess we're not so different, you and I, Bravo said in a stoic, iron-cold voice. The voice of someone who didn't care, who had never cared. We're both heartless. A perfectly imperfect match. Get out! Tookie screamed. Peace. He spun around and stormed away. Can't imagine him. Tookie was so stunned and shaken she could barely move. I almost let him in. I should have known better. Look at him. Why in the hell would you think he would ever want a fugly freakazoid forget a girl like you? Thunderous cheers rumbled from the Orb Arena. The gyro reared back to life and jerked around the duel, gearing up to take its photo of Webb and Zarpessa, who was dressed in a black catsuit with dangling strips that looked like spider legs, complete with a webby mesh mask on her face. The crowd began to recite the alphabet backward. Because we don't do numbers in this world. Because maybe they can't math.
That's gonna take so long to count, or to say the alphabet backwards as opposed to head.
Z. Y.
C. Y.
X.
V. U. T.
It's another of those things where we're actually gonna list out all the letters. No! ZZ eyed the jerking gyro as she flitted around Webb. She jumped up to avoid a blue maki ball that scurried along the plank. Meanwhile, Tookie held onto the wall, realizing she was on the brink of breaking down to a place so deep and dangerous she wasn't sure she would return. A fugly forget-a-girl. That's all I'll ever be. M-L-K Day. But then suddenly, an inner light flicked on inside Tookie. She let go of the wall and mustered the strength to stand tall. Hold it together, she told herself. She was the leader of the Unikas. They needed her to be strong to get them out of Modelland. G. F. E. I'm tired of feeling powerless, Tookie thought. Powerless against her mother's favoritism of Miracle. Powerless against her father's decision to throw her away. Powerless against ZZ and her wrath. But now she could have the power. She could change her future. She wouldn't let Bravo's verbal blows make her crumble. D. C. Tookie peered back out into the arena. The speed of a black widow going in for the kill. ZZ leapt into the air, tightened her cinture around her waist, and fell at Webb's feet. B. ZZ gazed up at the moving gyro. Her body went artistically angular. She wrapped her many fishnets around Webb as if her web was strangling him to death. Snap! The image was displayed above ZZ and Webb. Isn't she lovely? Gennaro cooed. A dear widow caught in web lights. She may be a brat, but our czar also may be a star. The scoreboard delivered its verdict. Modelland. Zarpessa, 92 points. Testosterone. Webb, 25 points. Ooh, 92, Gennaro announced. Sorry, Chase, but our little Tarantupessa got you beat. Up next, Crazy Eyes, Tookie from Modelland. And Tookie eyed Bravo on the other side of the Orb Arena. All of a sudden, her trembling hands went still. Her heart thudded, full of blood and adrenaline. You're powerful, she told herself. And you're going to let Bravo and all those other testosterone brats see that you're going to kick his ass. Beauteous Bravo from testosterone, Gennaro finished. Tookie lurched out onto the plank like a tiger sprung from its cage. Bravo stepped out on his side. His hunched posture made him look self-conscious in his couture man-attack underwear. Tookie and Bravo, Gennaro crowed. The Beast and the Beauty, right? Theme? Queen versus Court. Court wants to overthrow Queen and steal her crown and jewels. Bravo, you can steal my family jewels any day. The piercing buzzer sounded. Tookie and Bravo ran down the plank toward each other at top speed. Bravo stretched out his hand, 10 feet away, 6 feet, 3 feet, and then contact. Tookie's arm hooked Bravo across the neck, throwing him off the plank head first. The crowd gasped.
Wow! Good job!
Bravo's head was an inch from the ground, and then he was yanked back up by the anti-gravity pull of the Orb Arena. Crazy Eyes may not just look crazy, Gennaro trilled. The crowd let out a mix of cheers and boos, but Bravo was obviously the favorite. As the anti-gravity pushed Bravo back to the plank, he shot Tookie a look of surrender. But Tookie glared at him, years of pain and rage bubbling up inside of her. No way was she backing down. Not after she found out she was nothing but a bet. Phase 2, wardrobe, Gennaro crowed. He's crowed like 700 times this chapter. Yep. A crown whipped toward Tookie, hitting her square in the face. The force knocked her backward. Then a queen's dress with a Jeremy jerk label pelted her leg. Next came a ruby-encrusted bracelet that was as long as her entire arm. She struggled to put the bracelet on. Stop, Tookie moaned, kicking and thrashing at the clothing and crown. A blazer embellished with an armor breastplate punched Tookie in the stomach. She floated awkwardly away from the plank. Bravo grabbed her wrist and pulled her back onto the plank. Gennaro snickered. Bella girls, that fire you smell? It's your representative from Modelland, and she's being barbecued. Going down in flames. Me? I'll have a hot dog. Plain without the bun, please. He's just being nasty again, and I hate him so much.
I think he is.
He's being nasty again, and I hate him so much. Tookie squirmed away from Bravo's aid. When she turned around again, Bravo wore the blazer of armor with no shirt, and a royal soldier's helmet made of wool. He looked so handsome her insides did a flip. But reality kicked back in quickly. The bet. She puckered her lips. What are you doing? Bravo whispered. Giving you your first smacker from me, she teased. Oh, come on, Bravo baby, close your eyes. He did. Tookie brought her ruby bracelet arm behind her clenched fist and hit Bravo in the face. Oh, baby, does it feel good? She yelled, a crazed look in her eyes. A penalty horn sounded. -5 points before maquillage, Gennaro tisked. That's one bitter queen. Kick her in the head, Bravo, Webb yelled from the audience. That should be an easy target to hit. Bravo stood and gaped at Tookie. Blood dripped from his nose. I'm not a punching bag, Tookie. And I am not a joke, Tookie screamed. The blue and red explosive maki balls appeared. In frustration, Bravo kicked them to the end of the plank, away from him and Tookie, but they bounced right back up. Kicking the maki balls? Ouch! 10 points off Bravo. Okay, so you can kick away the items. You punch a contestant in the face, that's 5 less points than kicking items away.
Because it's more entertaining, so we don't knock away as many points.
Oh my god.
No,
I just keep punching them then. Like, you're gonna keep kicking stuff away. I'll just keep punching you. We'll balance this out real quick. Tookie, you have to get dressed, Bravo urged. Put something on. He gestured to the floating clothes around her head. Why the heck are you helping me? Tookie snapped. I don't need your pity. I'm nothing but a bet to you. She grabbed one of the maki balls and rubbed it. Lip gloss spilled out, and she smeared it on her lips. My first kiss, Bravo? My real first kiss? You know what it's going to be? He paused, waiting. It's going to be under a perfect sunset, near a garden of golden flowers spreading as far as the eye can see, Tookie said, making it up as she went along. The lucky guy who'll get to pucker with my suckers will be wearing a tuxedo, and he's going to sing to me a song he wrote, and he'll dance to it. It needs to make me laugh and make me cry. Bravo blinked. You for real? Hell yeah, I'm for real. And then he will open up his shirt like a superhero, she went on. On his chest will be written, Tookie, you are the most amazing girl I have ever laid eyes on, and I can't decide which I love more, your green or your brown eye. Then I'll have to touch my face gently with both hands. Her eyes spilled newer, fresher tears, and he'll kiss my forehead, both of my cheeks, and then my nose. Then he'll spray whipped cream straight into my mouth and then his. And then he'll part his mouth just a little and press his lips against mine. And for me, it will feel like the kiss will never end because it won't. It will go on forever and it will be amazing. You go, Tookie! Tookie's chest was heaving between sobs. She was having difficulty catching her breath.
Oh my god, all the people. I wonder, can they hear this in the audience? Are they like, hey, what the hell?
They certainly have noticed that they've stopped doing things to scream at each other for a minute. Bravo just stared. Like, what do you say to that? Like, you're so weird, thank God I didn't kiss you. What the hell?
No, maybe it's gonna be something like, I would love to do all that for you, Tookie.
Yeah. Just.
She has such high hopes. Good for her, but
she is such a 15-year-old.
Yeah, she is.
Oh my lord! You should just don't be in relationships. Just dream of this moment and this boy, and let it not be him. Like, come on.
I was just waiting for it to be Theophilus.
Yep. And it'll be with Theophilus!
Or is it Theophilus? Brendan said it right the other day. I was
Did
like,
he?
oh, that makes a lot of sense. Apparently based on some, like, Greek hero or philosopher or something.
Oh, I guess.
It's like Theophilus or something.
I
I think Theophilus. But Theophilus
I
just
like
sounds more fitting
Theophilus.
for the book and its ridiculousness.
It does. Bravo just stared. Suddenly, the photo gyro came to life, bucking and weaving around them. The countdown began. Didn't call it a countdown if it's with letters. Should be like a letter down. Letter down. Me down. This book lets me down.
Now, if it would have said a letter down, we would have just, like, groaned. So, its countdown makes more sense.
Just use numbers.
Just use numbers.
Z. Y. X. Bravo moved closer to Tookie. I want you to win. Mess me up really bad, okay? I don't care how hard you go at me. Throw a monkey ball at me. Don't take any more pity on me, Tookie roared. But I haven't, Bravo said. I've never pitied you. You're such a big, fat, devious liar. Furious, Tookie plopped the queenly couture crown on her head, but held onto it. I should throw it at him. She held it in her hand, debating what to do. S-R-P. Bravo sank to his knees. You realize, Tookie, that even if you throw that crown at me, you'll still lose. But there is one way you can win. What? Monkey balls. 2 of them. N. M. Activate them, he urged. Then I'll take them both and hold on to them. Tookie stared curiously at him. You'll lose 50 points. And you'll get them. She placed her hands on her hips. Why are you doing this, Bravo? Feeling guilty? Oh, it wasn't it was I. So it was really confusing. Twix dialogue was part of the countdown.
Oh. Okay.
That's why we use numbers. She placed her hands on her hips. Why are you doing this, Bravo? Feeling guilty? H. A little bit, Bravo said. You deserve better than me, Tookie. Yes, you do. G. Tookie stared at him, a whole new kind of rage boiling inside her. I deserve better? Damn right I deserve better. And there's better than you, Bravo, believe it or not. Theophilus Lovelace. The crowd fell silent.
Zizi is gonna kill her.
But suddenly, from the wings, Sarpassa let out a shriek. Theophilus? My Theophilus?
You better not have been messing with my senpai boobs, Mackenzie. You get out of here! He's mine!
Bravo blinked hard at Tookie. Who's Theophilus? Do you have some other dude at home? He's not tall and not a pouting Bastaster pretty boy like you. Girls everywhere don't scream out that they want his babies. But he's better than you, Bravo. Smarter than you. Is that
and
why...
he's dating ZZ!
Thanks, Bravo. Is that why you're leaving? Bravo whispered. Oh, he whispered so nobody could hear. Is that why you're leaving? Bravo whispered. Because you want to be with him? Tookie turned away. If Bravo wanted to think that, then let him. Bravo shook his head in disbelief. I can't believe you, girl. And just so you know, there was never a bet. Wow. I just said that because I was pissed at you. Wow. Because you used me and I wanted to hurt you back. That's bad.
Awful. Bravo. No.
It's bad.
Not okay.
But now I think there should have been. Tookie blinked at him. Could he be telling the truth? Yeah, he's telling the truth. What purpose does he have to lie? This is like round 2 of the hurt is that I lied to you on purpose.
And now I'm regretting that I lied to you because it makes him into like an ass and now she's really leaving and pissed.
F. Bravo's salted caramel eyes looked so sincere. His lips were still moving, but Tookie couldn't hear a word over the roar of the crowd. She tried to emblazon him in her memory, a person who could seem so genuine but totally fool you, just like Tilda L had. Tookie, Bravo said, just pick up the damn Maki balls and get this over with. Without a word, she picked up a red Maki ball, her touch activating it. Tingling jolts of electricity tickled her palms. Instead of blush or lipstick, though, streaks of yellow liquid appeared on her fingers. That's weird. Is it the body oil Bravo was talking about? But that was supposed to be in the blue Maki balls. The liquid began to solidify and then buzzed in her hands. Was it about to explode? She stared at the peculiar half-liquid, half-solid substance. The buzzing turned into convulsions, and then, gradually, the substance formed into a cellophane-thin sheet. The object was now rising and falling as if it was alive. Tookie's mouth dropped open. Is this?
I have no freaking clue.
A smize! Gennaro called out. Hot damn, we haven't had one of those little babies appear in our Maki balls for quite some time. It's a lucky charm, Crazy Eyes. Cover those loony peepers of yours and put your spectators' eye out of their misery. Slowly, Tookie put the smize on her face. The moment it touched her skin, she felt a jolt in her heart. Her head cleared and filled with an incredible pulsing energy. So this is what a smize feels like, she thought, feeling stronger and more powerful than ever before. She felt beyond special, as if a switch had been turned on, illuminating her from the inside and dimming everyone else. Her senses were on fire. Each breath Bravo took reached her ears. Her taste buds were flooded with every delectable whipped cream she'd ever tasted. Neon colors dazzled her eyes, and the air smelled like lime and crushed mint, island coconut and rosemary and buttercream frosting. She is tripping on some acid. Tookie felt, no, she was intoxicating. Waves of words flowed into her brain. Magnifique, amorphous, Becker, Sean, Melee, muy, guapa, Sundar, Maganda, Cha-chow, Bell. Hundreds of words coming from the smize that all meant the word majestic, wonderful, marvelous, magnificent, mind-blowing thing. Beautiful. As she turned to Bravo, his jaw dropped. Oh my God, he said, staring at her, transfixed. When Tookie looked into the crowd, everyone else was gawking at her too. Even Webb, Alexander, and O'Neill. I don't know who he is.
I don't know. No clue.
He was probably cut from this portion and then forgot to be cut from here. Oops. Even ZZ, who, like the other Bellas, paled in comparison to Tookie's ravishing glow. Even Gennaro looked spellbound as he whispered, "Whoa, super Modelland eyes," into the microphone. Then Bravo stood, took the second red Maki ball from Tookie's hands, and placed it on his chest. The Maki ball rose and fell with his breath. E. Tookie watched. The ball's beeps quickened. D. She stood over Bravo. In the few remaining seconds, she placed her hand near her mouth, stuck out her tongue, and licked her thumb ever so slowly. Then she leaned down, glared into Bravo's eyes, and wiped each of his eyebrows with it. It felt good. Vengeful. With 3 big leaps, she was back near her end of the plank. Kaboom! The Maki ball exploded, spraying its contents all over Bravo, covering him in bright, garish color. C. B. In what seemed like the millisecond that Tookie had remaining, she ran back to Bravo and stood over him. And remembering her Kara lessons, she made her face express the exact opposite of what she was feeling. She smiled. Bravo turned his face away from the camera. Snap. The gyro's image floated above the Orb Arena. For Modelland, Tookie, 106 points. She must have gotten 100 from the smiles. Testosterone, Bravo, 19 points. Is that thing broken? Canero cried. If beauty is pains me to say this.
Oh, beauty is pain. So instead of saying it pains me. I know, it's bad. It's just not good.
If beauty is pains me to say this, you all have just witnessed the greatest turnaround in Manatech history. Tookie from Modelland has scored 106 points, runawaying past her competitors. Tookie is, it hurts, our new champion. I won? Tookie asked incredulously. Are you serious? I won? Suddenly, a high-pitched scream rang from the crowd.
Uh-oh.
She fainted! Oh my god, that big girl fainted!
Dylan!
You son of a bitch.
And then the Orb Arena went dark. Pitch black. It was time. It is time! It is time!
It is time.
And so ends chapter 37.
I do like the message that, don't trust all the pretty boys.
Yeah.
I do like that message.
At least that much kind of comes through, but
Oh, man.
Granted, it wasn't the worst chapter we've read, I just hate the characters. Because they're nothing like what they're supposed to be.
Nope. That was quite the competition.
Yeah, I liked how it didn't matter what Tookie did, because she just got lucky and had a smize.
Well, that and Bravo's deliberately trying to lose.
Yeah.
So
basically, Tookie's shit at this anyway. So, poor Tookie. Ugly girls can't do beauty competitions.
I know, that's what I don't like about this part, is that she gets a smize and suddenly it's all better. It's like, no. It's like, it should have been like whatever skills or whatever she learned. Like, it was nice how she did, like, at the end, like, she learned in Kara and modeled her face to be the exact opposite of what she felt. Do stuff like that, so it's not just, oh, look, here's your new sunglasses.
She covered
You're
her
the
face.
best now. You cover your face and suddenly you're pretty. No. That's not how this should work.
It should have been one of those things that was totally like, and this golden gown appeared on her, and like, then it like brought everyone to look at her face, and they saw how beautiful she was, just her.
Something, or like they admired like how gracefully she like moved or something, but like something that was her and not just this piece of paper you throw on your face. I feel like the point of the book was supposed to be that it doesn't matter if you don't think you have conventional beauty, like you have your own inner beauty or your own unique beauty, and that there are unique parts about you that people will find attractive, that will be beautiful, like love your own body and whatnot. And then this, just like, I feel like it just undoes all of it, because it's, well, that's all well and good, but it's not going to work unless you have a magical smile. Because, those are just lying around everywhere. So I don't like that. It defeats the message, or at least what I was assuming the message was, or what I think that Tyra was trying to write about.
She couldn't figure out a way for Tookie to beat them other than for Bravo to like sacrifice himself, because she never has had character development to where it's Tookie could do these things.
Yep. That, or even if it would have just been, so they finally brought in the aspect of like photography. Why not have like everyone just like stunned by like how unique and how like cool of a photo she got or something? Yeah, something like that where they're like, whoa. we've not necessarily noticed now, but that's like an awesome photo. That's such a killer shot. Something like that. Something more along those lines. Just something that's, not this.
It's just not cutting it. It's not working.
No.
It's contradicting everything Tyra claims to stand for, and I probably would have actually really enjoyed this chapter had that not been the solution.
Yep.
Which is a bummer because I don't enjoy any of these chapters at all.
Fun times.
Summer. Yep. Little letter down. Anyway, that was chapter 37. We are about 100 pages from being done with the book, so that's super exciting.
Almost done.
Almost done. So let us know what you guys thought of this chapter down in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe because we are almost done with this journey, and it feels so good.
Yep.
I mean, we still have to go back and edit all this, but we're almost done recording this journey.
You have to go back.
I get to go back and relive this. It's going to be great. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye.